favorite hip-hop artists of all time. So this is a big deal for me. This is emotional. But that artist that holds that prestigious, how can I describe it, position in my ranking is no other than Jay Electronica. You know, you guys are a fan of Jay Electronica, but I heard of him during 2008, 2007, during that period. Excuse me as I just get some information off my phone. That I am talking about is Eternal Sunshine, The Pledge, featuring Just Blaze and Erykah Badu. Of course, the genre is hip-hop, and the actual producer of the record was Jay Electronica, which is really cool. So, I mean, for me personally, I think if you call yourself a real hip-hop head, and you were born 80s, 90s, even top of 2000s, and you're really somebody that likes substance, serious rap hip-hop content, you would have had to have come across this incredible record from Jay Electronica. I believe the first place I heard the track was on MySpace, so this is telling of my age again. And for me personally, because my ear is attuned to hearing music that is completely different or left field to what everybody else is doing, what the general consensus is doing musically, this already blew my mind musically out the water. First and foremost, for the time period, with hearing a new hip-hop artist, for you to sit down and make, what was it, a 12-minute record, 13-minute record, and then, you know, in the beginning, in the intro of the record, it has Just Blaze, who of course, you know, if you're, again, quite involved in the hip-hop community, you would have known of Just Blaze, you would have known of his contributions to Rockefeller, him working alongside Kanye West. His history is rich, his sampling is amazing. I was just blown away. I was like, this is my first time hearing Jay Electronica, and he's got Just Blaze talking in the intro. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I was flabbergasted, I was shocked, surprised, because, you know, not anyone can just pull Just Blaze to do anything, you know what I mean? He's a man of a certain standard, he works with a certain caliber. And we know what I'm talking about, that top tier caliber. So this is a man that's worked with, again, Jay-Z and Eminem. So that in itself was insightful. And it was just a really unique way to get insight to Jay Electronica's thought with what he wanted to try and bring to the music game, because he's saying that when he would converse with Jay Electronica, speaking on Just Blaze, he would ask Just Blaze, like, how should he attack this, or what could he do here, how can I go about this? And, you know, Just Blaze would just tell him, you know, you got the sauce, man, just, you know, like, be yourself, like, it will naturally just come to you, so to speak. Obviously, I can't remember the exact words from Just Blaze, but that was the vibe I got, that he knew how talented Jay Electronica was as an MC. And then after that, we have Erykah Badu, who we know is a formidable force in the neo-soul genre, who's an incredible musician herself. So when I heard that Erykah Badu was in the song as well, like talking on him and speaking of how mythical Jay Electronica felt, it just made hearing this track even more enticing. I was now sold, I was now invested in continuing to hear this song for the first time. I'm like, Just Blaze Erykah, like, what the hell is this? And of course it was an interesting touch because Jay Electronica was at that time dating Erykah Badu on top of that. To me, like, for a new rapper, that MC that wasn't really known to be dating Erykah Badu, we all know how beautiful Erykah Badu is and the power she has on men, so to speak. Like, I was like, yo, what is this guy doing? But then we move on to the actual record now. Record for a while, I've had the time to check and understand the Eternal Sunshine. The record's name was taken from a movie with Jim Carrey and a woman that's dating, and their dating thing has gone a bit bad and she has her memory wiped, and it's just a whole deep dive into another aspect. But just the fact that Jay Electronica was able to find that footing for the naming of the record, to the samples he chose, because pardon me for not having the information on the composer of Eternal Sunshine, but I ended up doing a search on that and actually listening to the original compositions as well, and I was blown away by the composer, man. The guy seemed to really enjoy putting reverse sounds and stuff into his compositions. I just found myself entranced in the intro of the record with Jay Electronica going off lyrically. In the song, it's like a movement. It has like 3 sections. He moves on to like Voodoo Man, Chicken Bone, I can make up on the stone, mama like rain, and my nose get funny, and I feel a little bit itch on my right brain, in a bit in the mission, put me in submission. And it just goes, and it literally sounds like Jay Electronica's just tapped into a higher being while he's rapping on this song to me. He just completely zoned out. I think it's a travesty if he doesn't have it. Like, could you imagine if he had recorded the process of writing these particular records, if he had it on video, how impactful that would be to the game for me? Because I just feel what he's done on this song it's so unique, and I don't feel anybody else can do what he does. That puts him in like his God mode for me. When I express an MC is in God mode, it's when they get into a state where they can't be touched. Like, they just did their thing so beautiful, so grandeur, so amazing, so incredible, that they're just in that moment, they're in God mode. And that should just tell you everything you need to know about that mode, is that they're untouchable. Like, they just killed that stuff, you know what I mean? And then even in the outro of the record, you know, I need to add that it was quite unique for an MC to be rapping on film scores. That's a point I need to touch on. Jay Electronica's mindset, you know, no one's really doing this. Everyone's doing what they were doing for that time period, the more commercialized sound. And I want to do something different. And you know, he took a gamble, and for me, the gamble 100% paid off. And then in the final part of the record, he starts to have movie chops. He loves taking, you know, sampling movies and stuff. And I think in the last part of the record, he has Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Jim Wilder one, you know, that, the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And he's got the Grandad and Charlie speaking, and Mr. Wonka, them having their conversation. At the end, if you see the movie at the end, when they're in the elevator and they're talking about where are we gonna go, and you know, Mr. Wonka's like, and it just these parts that he picked meticulously is like the magic of the movie, and that's what I feel music needs to have. It needs to have that thing in it to just make you feel connected to it, to make you feel something beautiful, something amazing is gonna happen, you know. So yeah, again, for a first listen with Eternal Sunshine, The Pledge from Jay Electronica, it is my favorite hip hop record of all time, there's no question. And you are a hip hop head, connoisseur, you pledge allegiance to the great hip hop sounds, and you haven't heard The Pledge, you need to skedaddle and go and click into that track and let me know your vibe to it. If you know the song, then let me know your vibe. Have you heard this song from Jay Electronica? What was your vibe when you heard this track? And yeah, this is the end of this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. This is the road to 100. So let's connect, let's talk, let's chop it up, man. Until the next one, peace.